points, but now Curse coming in with the pink ward in front of Baron. They're considering it. They're thinking about it. Nijaki and Pobelter are a little far behind, but ping's going down from TSM. They know they're in the neighborhood. They also have it warded as well. But Curse going to go ahead, fall back, and try and see if they can't assemble once again. You got a 3-man push in mid. TSM all 5 pretty close together. So if Curse gets a little bit out of position, it could end really badly for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. Positioning isn't really the biggest factor for Curse right now because they recognize that TSM it's going to be really tough for them to engage. So they don't really have a pick-off team when you have great ults for like Ashe, like Sona, that can just set up fights. Kennen, Maokai, any number of champions. They don't have those kind of abilities. They're all very short range. So Curse doesn't need to be as careful as TSM really does in these fights. Whereas TSM, they just need to be grouped effectively, protect Kog'Maw, have their tanky front line, and then as the game progresses, they'll just become a little bit too tanky for Curse to deal with. It'll be extremely difficult for Curse to get more kills. But Curse definitely, because they have that initiation advantage, they can pick when the right fights are for them. And so they can just say, okay, hey, now we've got an advantage, we've got a 4v5, let's jump in there, take them down, combo Nocturne, combo Leona, pick up a kill with the Karthus ult.
Get the wall going down from Nijaki just to prevent that quick little rush from Reginald. But as you were talking about Kog'Maw earlier, where was he when you were talking? He was in bot lane. He was away from the team. That was Curse's signal. They saw him there. It's like, hey, let's put some aggression up on mid. Let's force them to their tower. And then, once we get close vision Cax, we'll back off. But right now, Cop actually being engaged upon through the Baron wall. But Vlad ult was used. We got a little bit of damage on Reggie and Odd One. Reggie has no choice but the back off. He is way too low at this point. How much health does he have? About 400, but 1 or 2 skills. Actually, Karthus actually could have finished that.
Honestly, with how tanky Reginald is, the fact that they have Soraka, they almost could have stayed there and continued to pressure the fight because they know that Soraka is going to heal Reginald over time. Reginald, his Banshees was going to come back up shortly. It is a pretty short cooldown.
Yeah.
So knowing that Cop was already out of the fight, he's not going to come in at low health. Reginald probably could have stuck around, but at the same time, they didn't want to risk it. They didn't want to go for that kind of really aggressive play. They know that the late game is definitely in their advantage, as long as I don't know, we don't have any fancy fights from Curse. They're not able to pick anyone off. Have that great sustain from Vladimir. I mean, that is a lot of sustain damage.
Crumbs surfing around. We got wards again on both sides of the Baron pit. This is definitely the next objective both of these teams want to see what they can do with. But the wall going down. Odd One will be caught out in front. Has no choice but to burn the ult. Reginald being focused down by Crumbs. He does go zoom right for the back line. Exhaust going down on Pobelter. It's got a cluster of damage here. Dyrus would be able to get away. I'm not sure, but Nijak is the first to fall. Goes out, and Requiem coming down. Will we be able to get anyone? No, we will not. By Special is very low.
Yeah,
but
we
Cop,
did have Rise going
here.
down. Curse still in a position where they can win those fights. They have just enough damage to take them down. TSM not tanky enough. Chaos was able to stick around through that fight, so that definitely works out for them. But a one fight for Curse, they're a little bit too low where they can't really press that advantage. So the game will continue to stall a little bit. But I don't know. We'll see.
We got the flash in from Elements. The flash away.
The flash from Chaos, negating that just almost immediately perfect timing by Chaos.
That was close. That was way too close for comfort right there. But once again,
and he's
down.
chasing him down. He's
We
going to get the kill.
actually
No,
have it. Can we get it? No.
Ultimate.
One more mortar shot. Can we get it? No. Wow. So close. So very close.
Yeah, just barely not able to pick up that kill. Elements, good awareness. Juking down one way where he doesn't have vision. He has to throw out the blind ultimate, then coming back. So, really fantastic play there.
Those artillery shots from Kog'Maw are about 200 damage a shot. Those things, less than a second cooldown. If you get caught in that, if you're slowed, you're in a bad spot. You're in a really bad spot. But Phantom Dancer being built on cost, so he's definitely going for that speed build. Not so much on the damage department, but still, once again, wards going down. Baron is still top priority right now.
Yeah, and I'm honestly, as the game's progressing, I'm keep on talking about TSM's really strong late game, and I still think that's the case. But at the same time, we do have a lot of physical damage from TSM, and so, if we can see Curse getting some nice armor items. They already have the Aegis to avoid some of that damage. If they can keep their members alive, then they have fantastic sustain as well. So we'll see whether Curse can make that work for them. But I definitely think that Cog is something to be feared. Nocturne, it's going to be tough for him to shut down Cog as the game progresses.
Odd One once again going into the pit, clearing the ward, and Cop actually aggroes Baron, just takes a quick hit for himself. But I think TSM might be trying to bait something out here. Odd One's, he's definitely out there trying, like I said, trying to clear all the wards. He's got the oracles, but it looks like also Reggie and Kex just go ahead. Reggie and Kex. Kex got himself a red buff, so that will be a huge help in the team fights to come. And we're at a little bit of a standstill here, right in the center of the map. All 10 players in this game very close together. Artillery shots going in from Kog'Maw, trying to get what he can, but it looks like Curse slowly moving on up to Baron, once again clearing all the wards they see. I think they're going to try and bait out TSM into a fight they don't want to be in. But they're actually retreating back. We got the Mundo ult being popped. Can we get a cleaver on someone? Who are we going to hit? Are we going to hit anybody? Focusing in, Jackie being popped in the bush, but they will not pursue them. We got Odd One still in front. Who are we going in on? Elements is actually caught out in front, but not a whole lot. But Vlad actually getting a lot of people in the ult. Pelbelt being focused on Crump, decides to go in on Chaos. Kex ult still going down. Jackie in the middle of everyone. Elements out in front once again. Dyrus taking the brunt of the damage. Artillery shots, can we do something with that? No. Elements very low. This is a very dangerous moment right now. Reginald trying to see. He's running around to the side. Is his flash up? Yes, it is. Yes. Bellbelter pulls just in time, but Jackie is too far behind. BT Requiem. Are we going to get somebody? We got a lot of damage coming in. X Special. 250 health left.
And it all started with Nijaki. You know, we saw Mundo just powering through with the ultimate, able to force Nijaki off to the side, so Curse wasn't in that full AoE setup that they want. They want Karthus to just be sitting there the whole time, and actually Crumbs is going to be walking right into Reginald, and he's going to drop him really quickly. There's the snare. He will have the shield.
One
more hit.
All the artillery's coming in.
The kill over the wall. And there's a kill for TSM to go along with their Baron. They're able to keep it, and now with the Baron regen, it is going to be extremely difficult for Curse to deal with this team. We'll see, you know, whether or not they can organize the fights that they want, but it's going to be hard. TSM moving down towards Dragon, definitely in a huge lead right now, even though Curse still has that gold advantage.
Nocturne wandering over, and you know what? This ended up riding the lightning all the way back to spawn, but we have Baron buff now on TSM, taking Dragon, taking, once again, all the objectives they need. But what will can they do anything with the Baron buff? That's what we need to see. We see all these team fights going very well, just very big tug of war between both teams. They have an opportunity now to blast out in the lead immensely, but they only have a limited amount of time to do it. The Baron buff already 25% finished.
Yeah, and I mean, they have plenty of time, though, to push. They do have a very strong pushing team. Kog'Maw has such great range that, you know, he can just sit up there at the tower and slowly wear the tower down. And then if Curse tries to engage on TSM, that's kind of what TSM wants. As long as they can keep KX alive, keep him in that back row, then, you know, they can have the engage on all these tanky frontline champions. Because, hey, if TSM can force a fight like that, that's to their benefit. So we will see TSM pushing down this mid lane. Karthus can clear creep waves, Corki can clear creep waves, so they can, you know, try and keep the wave from hitting the tower, which will help them stall a little bit. But I don't know, we'll have to see whether or not they can stall enough, or whether or not, you know, TSM can just power through it.
So we see a lot of members of TSM are also getting pretty sufficiently tanky, and we see Dyrus working towards the Atlas, throwing up the Frozen Mallet. Odd One out in front, actually got the engage on Crumbs, going in right on the Chaos. Chaos will melt immediately. Odd One now has no choice but to run. True Damage is going to be doing a little bit. Elements caught out in back. Odd One should be able to press him down, but we also got Reginald trying to run away, but he will not. And Odd One's still out there in front, but Curse, they've got their two for one, pretty good for them. They've got two members of TSM now. Baron buff gone.
And even with that Baron, I mean, Curse, you know, TSM just should be too tanky as a team, but they're able to pick off members of, or Curse is able to pick off members of TSM. You saw them getting into Kog'Maw, and that's the big thing. If Curse can take down Kog'Maw, then the fight's theirs. There's just not enough damage output from TSM, but, you know, we'll have to see. Nocturne with a really aggressive ultimate, just really going for it, and then as a team able to pick up the kill without Nijaki even ulting. They didn't even need to use the ult to get that. So, you know, we'll see these next fights. That Baron buff loss is definitely huge for TSM, though.
Yeah, the two of the biggest damage dealers on the team without the buff. It's going to hurt their damage output quite a bit. I mean, granted, we still have the true damage on Dyrus. We still got a little something from Mundo being in the middle of all these fights, but still not as much as they need in order to take the lead that they need to finish this game out.
And so we are seeing TSM Dyrus making his way down bottom. Everyone just kind of wants to stall out now, farm up, let the game pressure a little bit longer. They, I think we're kind of surprised that they lost that last fight. They were kind of taken aback a little bit. So, they're comfortable with just sitting back some, continuing to farm, get Chaos, all of his final items, get everyone all of their tanking items. But Curse is actually just pushing down this mid lane, being extremely aggressive. So, I don't know. We'll have to see how this goes. Reginald very close. He does have his flash. I thought he almost might go in for Nijaki there, try and pick him off because there was definitely that potential. And Odd One actually chasing him down now. He used his ultimate. He is going to get the cleave off, actually missing the cleave. There is Reginald coming up, and Vladimir and Nijaki going down extremely quickly. Pobelter dying, and TSM able to take that fight massively. Curse not in the best position there, completely out of position. Odd One going to take this mid tower as Chaos is dealing the damage, and now this is huge. This is probably going to be an inhibitor for TSM.
It's an inhibitor, and it could even potentially be game if TSM plays their cards right. We have a full 40 seconds before Pobelter and Nijaki rejoin the fight. The tower is already gone. The inhibitor could go down in just a few moments. They might be able to just flat out tank those towers and finish off this game. Dyrus, Odd One in front. All the damage they need to tank is right there. Chaos and Reginald on the back line, dealing damage.
And going down.
Immediately melted. Crumbs and Elements trying to keep them from going after the next of towers. Elements does fall. Crumbs has no choice but to retreat. All 5 members of TSM
GG.
going for the tower.
TSM gets it.
TSM taking the tower.
Curse.
Going for the Nexus, and TSM will go ahead and take the series 2-0. GG.
And I love the crowd noise. TSM congratulating them for their legendary teamwork, able to take the series 2-0. So, Dyrus sitting there
he's got
waving
the
himself off.
He's
tired, They're all tired from such an epic game. That's why you guys can't see it at home, but we have this really cool smoke machine here. Just in the middle of the game, it starts
like Dreamland here.
Puffing out just clouds in front of us because it recognized how epic the game was. It was like, boom, we have it going. We need some smoke in this room.
But you know what? I think